What's up, guys? This is Do You Want to Be Universe, and this is going to be Miraculous Ladybug, the Webisode series. These are the 1 to 3 to 2 minute shorts that are on the web, well, obviously, and I'm just going to react to them. Now, for this special occasion, and since I had never actually seen an episode with the French dub, which is what people have been telling me to watch and stuff like that, because I need to get used to it, I guess. But it's fine, whatever dub it is, as long as I understand what they're saying. So, but for this, I'm going to watch 5 webisodes in English, 1 through 5 here. And next reaction, I'm going to watch 6 through 10 in the French dub. So, yeah, that's basically how this is going to go down. So, 5 here, 5 next time, English, French. I think I said Spanish. Did I say Spanish before? Okay, yeah, that's how I hit my head. I continue to think if I messed up and I didn't, and I messed up and I did. So sorry if I did. Sorry if I didn't, I guess. But, alright, and we're just going to get started before I really start making this awkward. There goes me apologizing profusely again. 3, 2, 1 now.
Dear Diary, today at school, Miss Bustier asked us to list our top 3 favorite monuments in Paris.
Okay, that's
fast. It made me
fast.
think of everything I love most about my city. For number 3,
Okay.
I picked the Louvre Palace. It started out as a royal fortress, but today it's one of the greatest museums in the world.
Yes, I remember the Pharaoh.
When we fight villains here, we're not just saving people, we're also protecting a one-of-a-kind place filled with incredible works of art.
You never really mentioned that, that's good.
I have time to enjoy the Mona Lisa. My second favorite Parisian monument is the Trocadero. Me and my friends from school hang out there all the time. It's also where I go whenever I need inspiration for my new creations. And the Trocadero Esplanade offers the best view of my favorite monument, the
Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower proudly stands at 1,063 feet high, looking over the whole city like a gigantic lighthouse.
It's your favorite, but you allowed the mime just to cut it in half. I know it would be fine, but come on.
The tower was built for the 1889 World's Fair, and that it was almost torn down. Can you imagine? Luckily, it stood the
Could you
test of
imagine?
time. So I think the thing I love the most about the Eiffel Tower is that it's indestructible. I'm a superhero, so every day I think about how lucky I am to live in Paris. And I'm even luckier for getting to see all those places through Ladybug.
Indestructible, she says.
No one knows the city like Cat Noir and I do. Even when we're on a mission, we can't help but stop for a minute and marvel at the magical city we live in. Actually, a top 10 isn't enough. I forgot Notre Dame, the Grand Palais, the Champs-Élysées. All this talk about Paris has put me in the mood for a stroll in the sunshine.
Hey, at least you're like me. Whenever I just feel like wanting to just walk around, I can just walk around because I like the air and I like the sunshine. First, before I forget, I want to say, the Eiffel Tower, it's indestructible. Cue the mime immediately cutting. I hope I remember it. I want to do that. I want to just have like the split second of the mime just cutting it in half. You're like, yeah, that's indestructible, alright? Well, did you forget about that? I don't know when these webisodes take place. I don't know if they take place after all the series is done, or take place in between certain fragments of the show, indicating what she's putting in her diary for said purposes. But either way, it's just like saying that really got my gander. It's like my favorite moment in the series, and then you know this from my reactions and how much I loved him just doing that, because that's a feat there. He just went 0 to 100 in my favorite villain scale when he did that. I'm like, that's impressive. I give credit where credit is due. So I'm gonna get started on the second one, and that is Marinette and Fashion. All right, that's good. Again, she's like a Blythe to me in certain aspects. You know, to tell you the truth, in certain aspects, yeah, it does kind of make sense to call her a Blythe, because Blythe sometimes does have the twin pigtails. Huh. Alright, 3, 2, 1 now. At least I think. She had so many hairstyles in that show, I forget.
Dear Diary, today at school, Miss Bustier asked us what we want to be when we grow up. Many of my friends had no idea. But I've known
I want to be a fireman.
My dream is to become a fashion
or an engineer,
like Gabriel Agreste, my role model. He's Adrien's father, and he's also the best designer in the entire world. He created the Gabriel brand. Adrien models for him.
Yeah.
He's in every advertising campaign, in fashion magazines, on posters in town, the whole deal.
Hopefully he doesn't go,
Most of all is creating.
Never mind.
Like inventing, designing, sewing. I've already created hats, clothes,
it's great.
accessories like jewelry, and even some glasses for Jagged Stone, the famous rock star.
The best rock star.
I'm wearing my own designs. This little purse I carry everywhere, for instance, I made it. I
Oh,
love to
that's
travel to
nice.
Paris for inspiration. I could spend hours watching people.
Oh, the
What better
pigeon.
place than Paris to be inspired. Being Ladybug also helps me to see things from a different perspective, to create in a different way.
That
One
still
time, for
kind of.
instance, I was inspired by a villain's costume to create a unique hat.
Miss Marinette, very exquisite creation. You definitely have the laboring hands of a hat maker.
I'm incredibly lucky.
Of a hat maker. I like how he says
I'll
it.
have
A
my own brand,
hat
and that people
maker.
will like my designs. In the meantime,
We all have
I get
dreams.
better every day by learning new techniques and making presents for my family and friends. Oh, that reminds me. Alya's birthday is coming up, and I'd love to design something for her. I've already thought of a special case for her smartphone. I just need to buy the equipment so I can get to work. Goodbye for now, diary.
Huh. I also find it really adorable how she addresses her diary as if it's an actual sentient being that can't wait to see her again. I do that too with my sketchbooks. No, I actually don't. I'm not gonna lie to you guys like that. But still, adorable all the same. I love Marinette. That one was basically just, you know, her. I've already, you know, to say the truth, as many times as they show how she likes being a fashion designer and stuff like that in the show, I don't really have many, like, pinpoint memories. Like, you know, put a pin in it memories that emphasize how well she is when it comes to fashion and stuff. I know that she has the Jagged Stone, that whole Jagged Stone thing. She has the hat, she has this and that. But when compared to likes of Blythe, where in almost every episode it has something to do with something fashionistic, I get that. But as for this, I still understand. Maybe in season 2 we can touch upon her fashionization or something like that. Probably get like into deals and stuff like that. You know, deadlines that had to be done. Probably an overarching thing. I can see that, but they don't have to do it. That's just me pointing something out that I myself am not really good at have a keen eye at seeing. So good nonetheless. So let's get started on episode 3. If if it starts up, there you go. Adrien's love letter. Oh, so it's like Marinette's love letter, only it's Adrien's. I wonder who he's trying to give that to. There's a hint. She wears the black and red. 3, 2, 1 now.
Dear Ladybug.
Can anyone tell us why?
Well then.
Lady Bugaboo. Don't you bugaboo?
Stop playing around and calling me Bugaboo. This is really serious.
No,
Well
that's
then,
not
that's
right.
slag.
She doesn't like when I call her that.
At least you're thinking.
So your hair
I don't
is
even
dark
think she
as night.
Really? That's I think more blue.
Blue as a summer sky.
Okay, they look more like
How could I
a
possibly
seafoam
do
green.
that? Something like, I can hardly wait for our missions together, for the chance to fight by your side.
That's good.
No, she'll think it's lame.
Say I'll
She's the
die for
smartest
you.
Girl I know. I have to write something more smart, but I can't make jokes. She doesn't like that.
Yeah, but we've got to capture Timebreaker's Akuma. Your life depends on it.
Wait, what?
What's life? I've got 9.
No, you only have 1.
Serious.
Which makes no sense because my puns are on point. I find them to be extremely funny.
Yes, but whenever someone else does it, I feel really offended.
Milady, I wish I knew who you were behind your mask.
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
I wish I could tell you who I really
Well,
am.
if I told you,
Maybe
it
we already
would be a
know each
secret.
other without even knowing it. Maybe you've seen some pictures of me on posters around Paris. What am I saying? I can't write that.
Yeah, if you wrote that, she would immediately know who you were.
Not even the one I love.
Well, actually, knowing Marinette, she'd probably be
Maybe
like,
it's best that I tell her nothing
nah.
then. For now, at least. But I'll find something, and someday
Wow.
I'll tell her the truth.
It's good to know what his thought process was when he was making that. That's sweet. I hope you guys don't mind the frame rate problems when it came to this particular episode. It was only, it was only 1minute and 36 seconds. I don't see how frame rate would be a problem. As long as you get to hear what he was saying and know the context of what he was talking about. Now, if it was the entire episode, then I would try to see if I could find a different one. But this is nothing to shake a stick at. Now, Adrien is one of my favorite, if not, no, I have to say one of my favorite, like, male leads to a female lead characters. Like, you know, if you ever have a show, you know, like Kim Possible and all that other shows with a female primary lead, and then you have a secondary lead character who is the male character, he is one of my favorites. He is really up there. He has shown time and time again how he truly does care about Marinette aka Ladybug. And even when he's not Cat Noir, he does show some sort of friendship and compassion toward Marinette when they're not in their guys. So it's not like he's a jerk to her like this, and Marinette, and he's like to her like that. He is a well-rounded individual who cares about people. Period. I love that. Now, can he be Ron Stoppable? That's gonna take a lot of work. I mean, Kim Possible has like a lot of seasons, and I grew up with Ron, so it's gonna take a lot more than just one good season and him dying for her like 3 times or something like that. Okay, one time was official with the whole time dealio. I'm not gonna name off that's the only one I can name off the top of my head because that was the most sweet in my opinion. Dude, if you jump in front of someone knowing that if you get touched and you just are out of existence through time, that takes some guts. All right. Let's go to the 4th episode. Alya's Ladybug. Names 3, 2, 1. Now go. Alya.
Yo peeps, Alya here, live
Alya.
from Paris with the one and only Ladyblog. For those of you who don't know what that is, welcome to the greatest blog ever. I created the Ladyblog so I could share all my exclusive videos of our favorite superheroine, Ladybug. Why?
Keep it shitty weird.
Awesome. Anytime a villain shows up, Ladybug manages to stop them and save Paris without even breaking a sweat. I'm telling you, she really is the best.
Huh. YouTube videos nowadays cannot understand the contexts of length.
Time out, time breaker. Those of you who don't know the Ladyblog are always asking me how I just happen to be there whenever Ladybug's in action.
It's almost as if you're Ladybug.
I have a special alert on my phone.
Really now.
Ladybug and Cat Noir have saved Paris from the clutches of a men.
All I have to do is rush to the scene and start filming so you don't miss a thing. Of course, my dream is to find out who's hiding behind that mask.
Because
If I knew Ladybug's secret identity, I could offer her my help.
no.
So far, I haven't found much. I've looked through every book in the library and still haven't found a single thing about Ladybug. So I'm relying on my own superpowers. The power of observation.
Observation. I was about to say that. Wow.
For example, I used to think that maybe she
And
was a
perseverance.
scientist who got
Never
stung
giving
by a
up.
radioactive ladybug while strolling at the Cité des Séances.
Well then.
But the more I think about it, the more I believe it's actually the earrings that help Ladybug to transform. So the whole bug bite theory kind of went out the window.
Hey, she could have
Anyway, as you
was
can
bitten
see,
by the ear and
everything
then just
in this
infused
vlog
into
is
her
everything I
into
learned
her
with you
ear.
here
Come on.
on the Ladyblog.
Yeah.
And I intend to keep tracking and filming our favorite
The next Spider-Man
superheroes
reference,
on
though,
our mission.
I think I remember
Sooner
me
or
saying
later, I'll
Spider-Man
find out
S
who
stuff.
Ladybug really is.
Okay.
In the meantime,
The volume
if
went
you've
up
got any ideas
randomly.
or theories, send them to me. I've got to get to class. See you later, Bugheads.
I have-
Stay connected.
Don't worry, I have a theory. Have you ever looked at your friend Marinette? I have a theory that maybe she's Ladybug. It's out of nowhere, probably isn't the case, but I'm at least 0.2% sure that she's Ladybug. You know what? Forget it. It's probably not right. Anyway, that was just her being her. A nice little. I liked the main thing I liked about this short was the reference to Spider-Man, and just thought that he got the same powers the same way that Spider-Man got his power, which is adorable. I like that. We're gonna get started on the next one. It's just nothing much to talk about that one. We pretty much already knew about the Ladyblog for a long time and stuff like that. And sooner or later, her reasoning for trying to find an identity. She's trying to find her identity so she could offer her help. Okay, first off, I'm one of those guys, if we ever had a real superhero in real life, I would never try to get his secret identity because I've already watched Marvel, DC, and a whole bunch of other different superhero-esque genres that already show that if someone knows your secret identity, they are in risk of being captured, killed, or any of the sort because now they are a liable use to the bad guys. I'm never going to do that. They cannot take me because I don't know who you are. If I do know who you are, they will interrogate me. And I do not like interrogation. I do not like being tickled. Alright? I will break easily. 3, 2, 1, now. Adrien's double life.
Hey guys, I'm Adrien. In everyday
Hi,
life,
Adrien.
I'm just a normal guy.
Scarf, Adrien.
By at night, you have a secret no one knows
My
yet,
father is
right?
Gabriel Agreste, a great world-renowned fashion designer. I
And he
sometimes
loves
model
black.
posing for his
Or at least in
advertising
pictures.
campaigns. I don't hate it, but I won't make a career out of it.
Good.
Actually, I mostly do it to make my father happy. Ever since Mom disappeared, he hasn't been the same.
Disappeared.
So I try
Okay.
to be there for him. On a day-to-day basis, his assistant Natalie.
Because remember, Nickelodeon show. Can't just imply death.
Thanks, Natalie. She and the gorilla. I call him that because he's huge and he never speaks. Just
Nice.
like a gorilla. He drives me to all my activities.
He's
Between
adorable.
photo shoots, fencing, learning Chinese, and piano, I don't have much time for myself. I don't even have time to enjoy my awesome room or to invite my friends over to hang out.
What's good about having everything when you have nothing to share?
Friends, especially Nino, who I tell everything. Okay, fine, almost everything.
Yeah.
The only thing I can't tell him is that when
Well,
I'm not
yeah.
Adrien, I'm Cat Noir, and I protect Paris from supervillains.
I like the first time you show him being Cat Noir is actually something at
I
night.
couldn't even
That's
go
good.
to school because my father was too scared for me to leave the house. My Kwame's named Plag. All he can
Plag.
think about is food, and it's always stinky camembert.
Oh, the exhaustion. My poor aching body. I can't move a muscle.
He's lazy, but thanks to him, I can turn into a superhero. Plag, claws out!
Plague.
He just has to enter my Miraculous, the ring I'm always wearing, and bam, I transform.
Here you go. You're a cat man. I wonder if anyone's drawn fan art of you with Black Cat, or
He's
Catwoman.
also the one who gave me my superpower. Cataclysm!
The power to distort the very fabric of reality itself, or turn things, corrosion, destroy it,
But I
yeah.
can't get it wrong, because I only have 5 minutes after using it before I transform back. Then, Ladybug just needs to capture the villain's Akuma,
No more evil doing for you, little Akuma.
and the day is saved. Being
Thanks
Cat Noir is
to
awesome.
the two
I can finally do
powered
whatever I
people.
wanna do and say whatever comes to mind. What do you say we wrap this up? Plus, I get to
I like how
see-
awkwardly the silence
In
was.
short, it's a great break from my life at home. When I'm Cat Noir, I really have a blast. Ah, this is to tell me that it's time for my Chinese lesson. The
Oh,
gorilla must already
great.
be waiting for me. I better go. And who knows, I may have to save Paris again today. See you later.
Because that Hawkmoth guy, he has a drive, you can say. If there's anything you can say about Hawkmoth, he has a drive to succeed in whatever the heck he's doing. Alright, well, that was the first 5 webisodes of Miraculous Ladybug. The next 5 I'm going to react to, and those are going to be the French dub ones, are going to be Miraculous Ladybug, Cat Noir seen by... Wait, hold on. Cat Noir seen by Marinette. That's 6, 7. Marinette and Adrien. That's... oh my god. Okay. Marinette's Double Life, The Birthday Party, and Marinette and Alya. Okay. Cool. So yeah, for all intents and purposes, this is a great mini mini assortments of things. I'm really happy I am gonna do this in wrap separate sessions because this has already been 18 minutes. And if I watch another 5, it's gonna be way long. I don't want you guys to subject yourselves to a very long video like that. So unless I'd have to, because I have done 30-minute videos and stuff like that. But that was an entire episode of things, and I actually want to split this up in 2 different parts. I want to see the difference between the English dub and the French dub on my own terms and purposes, because people said the French dub is a lot better, something like that. I prefer to hear exactly what they're saying without having to read subtitles, because, I've watched a lot of anime in my time, and I'm starting to get kind of bored of it. Well, not anime, just like reading the subtitles. I would rather wait for the English dub, that sort of thing. So yeah, that being said, because when I'm reading the bottom screen, I'm somewhat missing what's going up at the top of the screen, because sometimes they like to fight and do stuff while they're talking, which kind of breaks the flow on certain things. So yeah, that being said, this is D1B Universal Seekers next time. Great mini stuff all around, and bye.